As a muralist or an artist, when you do a mural, you have to have that understanding that that mural is not going to be there forever.
I was always fascinated by it because he had this girl with like eagle hair, and I don't know, he was there like a long time. And it's kind of sad that it isn't there anymore.
No deberían haberlo pintado. No deberían haberlo pintado.
Otra gente también comentaban lo mismo, que por qué estaban pintando eso, si tenía años, era histórico aquí.
Unfortunately, it fell by the wayside because the artist was really not welcome in this community. He was charged with child molestation. He was arrested and he served time. So the mural itself, for the local community, for the grandmothers and mothers of the girls who had been molested, represented something negative. Segundo Barrio is a tight-knit community. Everyone knows each other to a point, and the mural represented something ugly at that point. And it's unfortunate because it was an important historical mural.
I don't think they should have done that, but I'm open to new opportunities, like a new mural, like a better one even.
This wall is important to the community. It represents the identity of the community. And like you mentioned earlier, young kids miss whatever image was on there before.
Muralism for me, especially right now, is we're trying to tell the stories of the barrio. I think as long as we get the message across, we see people asking those questions. I think the murals are supposed to create that engagement and that conversation within the community members. I think that's what we should take ownership of, and not the wall.
I had to come up with an innovation, something new for business. I went ahead and combined two of my favorite places, which is a barber shop and a car wash that's always been around in.
I think it's an awesome idea. It's something different El Paso doesn't usually have. It brings in the concept of when after you're getting your car wash done, you could actually get your haircut done, kill two birds in one stone.
My dad was a little hesitant about the whole combining both. It is a family atmosphere. It is a local business.
My family on my dad's side have been barbers for over 40 years. I'm the third generation barber. Started off with my grandpa, then my dad, and then now me. And hopefully it continues.
At first I wanted to go east because that's what's kind of expanding right now, is growing out there. But I think Central needed something like this.
Barbershop has changed so much compared to what was traditionally the old school style barbershop. So now it's like you have women coming in, they're coming in for maybe even a fade compared to what they used to, where they have short hair, or they want a design compared like what I did with her. So you have more women coming in, and a lot more barbers also doing color as well. So it's intertwining, coming alive. It's a new generation of barbers.
It was a good experience. They gave me a great haircut. The price was fair, and then the car wash price was fair as well. So I think I got a great experience all in all. I'll definitely come back.
People need to come out and see this. It's worth it.
I urge everybody not to only support my business, but to support any local business here, because, it's the backbone of El Paso.
Not everything useful in life can be taught from a textbook. Abe Ramirez knows this. He's been an educator in El Paso for almost half a century.
At Isleta, at Bel Air, at Loretto, and now at Cathedral.
For more than 2 decades, Mr. Ramirez spent nights in his kitchen at home creating something that cannot be taught from a textbook: inspiration.
For me, when I sit there and paint it, I think of them and how they're going to react, and then the anticipation of the reaction when they see it, and it's their hair color, their hair eyes, and it's got their name on it and their number.
Over the years, Mr. Ramirez has handmade and given these ceramic figures he calls monitos, mostly to student athletes and those he sees as school leaders.
It was, doing my duties at school, and then coming home and working on the molds, and then after doing the fatherly duties with my sons, it was painting till 9 or 10 at night. Sometimes I'd get up at 4 in the morning to paint some more.
Looking back, Mr. Ramirez says this labor of love took time away from his family, but he's always felt compelled to encourage and inspire any way he could.
I don't know that the monito helped them. I just think it just made them feel a little special, so that they went on and did great things.
The recipients of these monitos voluntarily checked in with Mr. Ramirez and crowded into his office every day. The students jokingly came to be known as the Chiples.
A chiple is a spoiled brat.
How was your experience when you served?
It was a challenge. It's something that I don't usually talk about. This is like my coping therapy.
Coping therapy?
No, it's not coping therapy. It's like be able to socialize more, be outside with the community. I realized black and white is my depression. The people that is around, the emotions is what I don't have. Sometimes I may not look like I'm approachable, but sometimes I deal with chronic pain. Look at this.
In the shade, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
so I was moving around. Memories. It's memories, and with therapy, I've been able to contain the depression.
Oh yeah, nice. I didn't know whether you wanted me to sit still.
And it was just a random moment. I mean, I was taking photos of you.
Moments are the best,
And by me taking the photos of them and smiling, it just made my day. But when you're doing it for a living, I'm just doing it to stay alive, and that is the difference.
Like I felt like, oh, I'm an American. I feel proud, but little did I know I wasn't an American.
Estoy orgulloso de haberlo hecho.
These U.S. veterans protected the only country they knew as home. Many of them were brought to the United States when they were children, but never became U.S. citizens.
Oh, well, I'm gonna serve my country, do something good for something better, for a better purpose than me.
Ivan Ocon re-enlisted 3 times with the Army and served in Operation Iraqi Freedom. 2 years later, he was arrested.
And what happened is that I knew a crime was being committed by a member of my family, a real close member of my family, and I didn't report it.
Ocon was in jail for 9 years. He thought he had paid for his crime, but in 2016, he was told he'd be deported. He tried appealing.
I qualified, I passed, I did the fingerprinting, all the tests they do to become a citizen, and but the only thing they said, oh, well, you lack good moral character. And good luck in Mexico and bye.
It's been the work of nearly 2 months to schedule and coordinate everything to meet with these U.S. veterans along the Mexican border. We wanted to show you what obstacles these veterans face beyond this wall.
This is what home now physically looks like for Ocon. Francisco Lopez has opened up his house as a shelter for deported veterans.
Yeah, so we're here at the bunker. Of course, there's the director, Francisco Lopez.
José Francisco Lopez, United States Army. Yo Pueblo Jaques Army.
Arturo Quiñones, U.S. Navy.
Jose Bustillos, U.S. Army.
Michael Evans, United States Marine.
These veterans were also deported, most of them for possession or conspiracy to buy drugs like cocaine or marijuana.
Because most of these veterans, they've been deported 10, 12 years, so they pretty much got somewhere to stay, you know? But this is just in case we get them cases that are freshly deported.
How are you guys?
Good, good.
Good?
Me siento orgulloso de haber servido a las Fuerzas Armadas de Estados Unidos y con la ayuda de mis amigos que son veteranos también, nos apoyamos unos a los otros y eso me da más fuerzas para vivir.
Francisco says the veterans support one another and it gives him the strength to live. The Vietnam War veteran needs medical attention. He has prostate problems.
No tenemos tampoco dinero para poder pagar un hospital o un doctor.
He works painting cars in Mexico but says it's not enough money to pay for his medical bills.
Veterans, whether they're on the U.S. side or in any other country, they need help getting proper health care. They need proper medical and mental health. They also need help claiming their VA benefits because they're all entitled to apply.
Carlos.
Okay. These flags are donated from families who have received them in honor of their loved one's service, and they're donated back to the cemetery so that we may use them out here.
Was it special putting the flags today?
That's why I'm here.
Well, now I have the understanding. I understand now why we have this day, why we have these days, why we come out here and put these flags. Now I understand. Now it's infused in my body and soul now because the guys that I have seen not come back from combat. It's more special than any kind of event or anything you can think of.
I don't think people understand that these flags have a whole lot more meaning than a casket flag, you know, being displayed out here. We had our unaccompanied veteran service went on in April, and at the completion of our unaccompanied veteran service, when we were out here, we were paying respects to those who do not receive honors. And the last time we did it in April, the flag was presented to Mr. Roy Aldridge of the Korean War Vets Association. And Mr. Aldridge was cherishing the flag, holding the flag. We might have even seen him embracing and kissing the flag. That's how much it meant to him, a former POW and Korean War veteran. At the completion of the ceremony, a young lady walked up to one of my staff and she asked Mr. Barataran, she said, you know, my father was one of the names that were read off and I never did receive a flag. What do you think the chances are that I could get a flag for my father? And so Mr. Barataran came up to me and I told him, absolutely, go present it to her. He presented the flag to her on behalf of a grateful nation in honor of her father's faithful service.
What does Memorial Day mean to you?
So there's a lot of great things going on out here and a lot of great honors being paid at all levels, and we sure like to have the public come out and be a part of it.
It's game time. It's game time. I don't pretend. This game is mine. You wanna play? You wanna play?
On December 2nd, 1994, fraternal twins Alvin and Aaron Jones arrived in the world. Born to military parents, they have arguably been everywhere and done everything together.
I hope you can play with me in Green Bay, but if not, I mean, a team where I don't have to go against my brother too much, I'd hate to have to kill him every play.
We caught up with the twins at Push Fitness, where they were getting in their last workouts together before draft day may take them separate ways. Alvin was born 30 minutes first, but younger twin Aaron chose to depart a year early from UTEP to join the Green Bay Packers. It was a family decision made together for pragmatic purposes.
Jones. Touchdown Packers.
Basically, running backs, they don't have a long shelf life in the NFL. It was a good decision for him to leave.
But for you?
You can always get better on defense.
Alvin is now ready to join his brother in the National Football League, but first, a day that is most important to their parents. The two will graduate from UTEP together on May 12th.
I feel like I was always underrated, even like coming out of college, and I just wanted people to know who I was and that I had game and people in El Paso can play.